Hello again, everyone. This is me, Chinatsu. I've got one question. Have you ever felt this way while learning English? I'm scared of what other people think. It feels super okay to speak English in front of other Japanese people. I totally get it. I've been there too. Since I fell in love with English, I've worked hard on English. In high school, I read an English dictionary, like literally page by page. Do you believe that? And in university, I was the most enthusiastic student who enjoyed debate in English, which was not particularly popular among other students though. I really liked it. Then I moved to Australia for my very first working holiday. I wanted to improve my English. So basically, English was always like by my side, wasn't it? But I have to tell you something. At every single stage, I carried one specific fear. That was what do others think of my English? Now, as someone making content about English in English, I think I have witnessed something interesting or even peculiar. English, especially in Japan, often sparks unnecessary negativity and discussions. I'm blessed with a beautiful community, thanks to you guys. It's not like I'm bothered by negative comments or haters or anything, but the thing is, every time I was like, you know what? This is going to be my last time talking about this. But apparently, I can't stop talking about it. I'm just curious about like why English in Japan gets so much criticism and fierce battles over correctness. So in this video, I'd like to share my thoughts on it, inspired by my recent experience. I just want to tell you that I do know that this issue is intangible and super sensitive as well. But I think that's why it's worth discussing. I believe that most meaningful conversations are the hardest ones to start. So why not? Let's do it together. It's not eye for an eye, you know, what was it? A tooth for a tooth kind of approach. I don't think it's going to be effective. But if I can make even like one person feel better about themselves, that will be amazing. I'll be happy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, if you have got any questions, comments, please let me know. I would love to hear what you have to say. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you're more than welcome to as well. All right, let's get right into it. First of all, it's not really fun to share with you guys, but I've been having a fun health condition for a while. It's been over, I don't know, 1.5 years. It's called laryngeal hypersensitivity. In short, my throat feels like blocked constantly. So even though I want to say something, it feels like something in there. I have to apologize. Like if in the last, I don't know, like even like 50 or 60 videos, if there is any lack of like fluency or clarity in my speech, I feel sorry. I did my best. You know what? Even though it was difficult to speak because making videos, content is my passion, so I kept going, right? I love making videos, but I carried so much anger towards myself. Why can't I speak clearly? Like, why can't I say this word clearly? And why do I sound like that? Why do I sound funny? When I was finally diagnosed by a speech therapist, a doctor pointed out the mental aspect of my condition, I was like, wow, yeah, actually so true. Like, I put so much anger and negative feelings on myself, like even like crazy amount. And then something kicked in my head. As I said, I kept telling myself all those negative words, right? Why can't you speak English? And I was like, you know what? Those words sound quite familiar to me. And then you might think like, oh, those are the ones that you see online, you know, criticizing, you know, others' English. No, actually it was not. It was actually the voice that I used to tell myself when I was studying English back in Japan. One time I was trying out a method called talk to yourself in English about your day, and then you can be fluent in English after, I don't know, 2 months or so kind of thing. Nice try, right? So I tried it out. I give it a shot. As you can imagine, it's not as simple as it sounds. And especially explaining about your day, even though it's super simple, it's extremely difficult. I was not sure if I was correct, and I didn't even know if I was meant to keep going without fixing the grammar or anything. So you don't know what to believe, and you don't know who to believe as well. So it's not only you. I've been there too. And I was like, why can't you make such a simple sentence, right? Why are you so dumb? Now, I want to ask you one question. Have you ever been disappointed with English? Like, for example, oh, this word in English sounds horrible. I hate this grammar. Like, English doesn't understand the beauty of language. Probably no. Like, we all get disappointed with ourselves, right? We get upset at ourselves and we get angry at ourselves because we can't meet the expectations that we're hoping for. We want to speak English well, but we can't do it. That's why we get upset at us. So again, I hated myself for not being able to say, a simple sentence. So I hated myself, I hated my ability, I hated my talent. So I had so much criticism towards myself with all the harsh words. Probably I shouldn't say it again anymore. And now let me change the subject quickly. But don't worry, we go back to the English talk again. Have you ever heard people saying these things? At her age, she shouldn't dress like that. A mother shouldn't stay out so late. An adult should be able to handle this. A grown-up shouldn't be acting like that. Or everyone should wear a face mask. It sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? But let's be honest here. Have you ever said something similar to yourself, like in your heart, like without saying it aloud? At my age, I shouldn't wear like this. I shouldn't wear this color. Why can't I be like other people? Why can't I figure out my life and career and all that? Oh, I should have done this yesterday. Why didn't I do it yesterday? I'm so lazy. I'm such a terrible person. Why do I look so fat? Why do I look so ugly? Why can't I be a good mom? Why can't I be a good girlfriend? If you listen to your inner dialogue, you can hear so many scolding in your head. Louise Hay, who is one of my favorite women in the world, she said it in her book, many people live their lives in shoulds, making either themselves or others wrong all the time. Let me tell you one story. I want to call myself a tidy person. I think it's easy for me to find small messes around the house. So as a result, I usually end up doing more housework than my partner, which has been a bit frustrating for me. And in such a case, my head is full of all the complaints like, oh, why can't he clean up after himself? Why does he leave his sock on the floor? And then one evening, I was stress cleaning. I was doing the dishes with an angry vibe going on around me. And my partner noticed and said, oh, leave it for tomorrow. I will do it. Like, you don't have to do it now. And then I snapped. I was like, I have to do it now. Like, I should get it done now. And then he asked with his usual like nonchalant manner, he said, why? Who made that rule? Like, you're tired. Like, why not rest? And I realized I wasn't mad at him for not doing the dishes. I was actually mad at myself, or I was my own parent telling myself like, you are a bad kid because you can't meet this should. I want you to think about it. We constantly throw should on ourselves. Like, we are afraid of not meeting the expectations, which often the case set by our parents or school teachers or probably the society. Louise Hay, according to her, we learn many shoulds as kids. We fear that if we don't meet those expectations, people, often the case our parents, will be disappointed in us or stop loving us. So we stress ourselves to meet each should, because if we can't do it, someone might not like us or someone get disappointed, with us or all that. Even though I've been far away from my country, I'm Japanese, having grown up there, I feel like Japan is among the nations, Japan is Japan is the place where people carry some of the heaviest burdens of shoes. Again, I say it with pride and a bit of guilt. I think we're incredibly hardworking people, but often the point of like beating up ourselves to meet our expectations or expectations that other people, parents, the society or school set up for us. Like a woman should be, a man should be, like a girl should be, a grown-up should be, a mom should be. And another thing is we cannot love people who cannot meet our shoes too. For example, a woman in her 30s should wear like this, or they cannot wear this and that. When you say that, when you think like that, it's about other people, but you also put this standard on yourself too. That's why if someone is wearing color or clothes or I don't know, patterns or I don't know, those flowers, love hearts or whatever, you can't let the person be themselves because first of all, you cannot allow yourself to be yourself too. You put those two standards on yourself and on other people too. And what we really need to know is when we criticize others, we are also criticizing ourselves too. They complain about people, they criticize other people, they're also torturing themselves for not meeting the shoes that they set on themselves. Now let's go back to English. In Japan, people are dissing others' English. Not everyone, but some people. And this is particularly noticeable online, I think. And honestly, I used to think that the reason for this was like, oh, it's because Japanese people find it difficult to express, our opinions in front of other people. So we go vent online, or we're just simply stubborn about English because we've got only like a little exposure to people who speak English as their second language, which makes it hard for us to feel relaxed about diversity in language. But now I've got a different opinion, and I hope I can make myself clear in this video. When we see those people, mean people, you might think like, oh, how awful. How could they do that? It's their fault, right? They should stop criticizing others' English. It's fair, but I think we rather need to be compassionate for them and also even like send some kindness to them. Why, you might think? Because they're not just hurting other people, they're also hurting themselves, but they can't see it. They're criticizing others' English, but also they're punishing themselves for not being able to speak English as they wish. They carry their own shoes. Why can't you pronounce this word properly? Why you've got such a funny accent? Why can't you speak English like native speakers? I feel like all those comments are from hardworking people like I was. And of course, this is not to say that their behavior, hurting other people and talking bad about people is acceptable or excusable. But I feel like they're also struggling with their English. Why are you so stupid? Why are you so dumb? Can you see this self-inflicted pain? And I feel like Japanese. We are so used to putting pain on us, to punish ourselves, not to be able to tick the boxes. Don't you think? I can see their pain and I can see their fear as well. Oh, I have to use English in business, so simple words or whatever, like they're all lies. I agree with you, but more than that, what I see is their fear. They're scared of losing a job or getting the right opportunity because of their language skills. I see all the fear. And to cope with the fear, a lot of people punish themselves. Occasionally, I receive comments like, I usually can't stand listening to Japanese people speak English, but I can listen to your videos. Like, thank you for that. When I read comments like that, I actually think of myself. Because until recently, I didn't enjoy watching videos like made by non-native speakers. When I saw their videos, I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I had a massive cringe. Like, I couldn't stand it. So I used to just stop the video and then That's it. And then now I know what it was. Actually, that was the same feeling that I got when I recorded myself with my iPod Touch and listened to my English. It was a massive, terrible cringe moment. I couldn't stand it. So when I heard others' English, I was projecting myself, my own insecurities on others. But now, especially I edit and film and practice to make content, I'm comfortable with my English. When I say confident, it doesn't mean like I'm being, I don't know, what's the word? I'm sort of like arrogant. It doesn't mean like I'm confident with everything. And I tell you, it's so liberating. Like, I feel so free and I feel so good about my English and also about other people as well, if that makes sense. You often see comments saying like, this person's pronunciation is, they're not speaking properly and all that. I'm more than sure that those people make these comments are engaging in the same kind of self-talk when they learn English. And I hope it doesn't sound like sarcastic or anything, but I feel so sorry about it because I went through it and I know how difficult it is. Why can't I speak English better? Why can't I use the vocabulary that I learned last week? Struggling under the weight of their own shoulds. But of course, it doesn't mean like you can hurt people online. And I've got one suggestion. I think if we can eliminate our own shoulds, I think we can also eliminate shoulds on other people as well. It's not only English, but for all things in life. How many people can't accept themselves as they are and cannot ask for help and continue torturing themselves, tormenting themselves with these shoulds? Well, there might be different opinions, but I believe this cycle of English criticism will not end unless we stop being a self-critic first. I know it's not as easy as it sounds, but at least we need to try to accept ourselves. And we need to tell ourselves, like, no matter who you are, what you do, or like how well you do, you are supposed to be accepted as you are. If your parents can't do it, if your friends can't do it, or your, I don't know, like your colleagues or whatever, but you can do it. Right? You can take the initiative to accept yourself. Otherwise, who does that for you? It's also something like we have to learn because I don't want to make this video all like spiritual, like self-love kind of video, but I realize we all want the same thing: to be peaceful and safe and to express ourselves like creatively in ways that are fulfilling. Why can't we give that to ourselves? Remember, you've got a choice. It needs to start from now. It needs to start from you and me, and I hope it can kind of change the what's happening out there just a little bit. So again, hateful comments cannot be solved by cracking down on them, right? Or punishing them. I didn't mean to talk about this in this video, but it's been a long video anyway. It's not about English, but I think it's kind of connected to what I've been talking about. So in 2023, in July, I believe, it was winter here. I was watching some random videos on YouTube and one video popped up. It was a news about a guy, probably most of us have heard of. He passed away. And it was a huge shock for me. He's really young and he was talented. I've been watching his videos on YouTube for a while. His videos were full of like two groups of comments. Like one is very supportive, like supported him as the way he was. But the other group was all like, you are a dad, you are a father. Why do you act like that? You are a man. You should be like this. You should do like that. I saw so many shoots on his comments section. After him passing away, I thought people would go like, oh, sorry to, have given you such a terrible comment. But his videos were full of all the hate comments. Like, you had a kid, you should have done this. You should have done that. You are a man, you should be like this. You should have been like that. I couldn't stop wondering, like, how many shoulds did this beautiful man carry with him? And also, how many shoulds did we put on him. You guys can see this power, like in a negative way, the power of this should. If you can see that, I think our lives are gonna get much easier, and also we can be much nicer on ourselves and on other people too. So isn't it amazing? Yeah, this has been a long video, but I hope you guys had some insights from this. And yeah, by the way, it's been a while to see you guys. I'm back now. It's time to shine. I'm looking forward to making more videos. Yeah. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you've got any questions, comments, don't be shy. Leave it down below there. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you're more than welcome to as well. All right. I see you in the next video soon.